Greetings, YouTube. How's everybody doing out there today? It is beautiful Sunday. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. I got home from church and went to go watch the Daytona 500, and it's postponed because of the rain. It's about 30 degrees outside out there, guys. It is cold. It is cold. But without further ado, guys, the reason why I'm shooting this video today is because the EPA is trying to take our cars away. Now, a lot of people don't know this. The EPA was never ratified by Congress. It was just created out thin air. Therefore, it's null and void, but these judges that been put into place, they play games like, oh yeah, they're legit. No, they're not legit. They're not legit. So they're making rules out thin air. Probably about 2 years ago, get my chair here. Probably about 2 years ago, guys, I used to watch Fast and Loud. I got rid of my cable, so I couldn't watch it anymore unless somebody posted it somewhere and I could find it. But I love watching Fast and Loud and the Misfits Garage and stuff. I like watching people do stuff out of their garage. You know, whenever I go to a drag strip or whatever, I like to see what somebody built in their garage and not what somebody professional built, because their stuff's all in line and they got all these sponsors and stuff, and they sneeze and they can have a $500,000 engine or whatever they cost now. I don't know what they cost now. But I'm under a little weather too, guys. I just got over the flu. That's why I ain't made a video in a while. Tamiflu, guys. If you ever get an itchy burning throat, get on Tamiflu. That's what I did, man. It knocks it out. It starts working in about 6 hours. So it's just a freebie. I'm not a medical doctor. That's what I took, and it helped me, but I still feel clogged up inside. But so Richard Rawlings, about 2 years ago, you might be able to find the video if you care. Just look it up, Richard Rawlings and EPA or something like that. They sent him a cease and desist letter. The EPA did. Pretty much told him to stop building hot rods. So he took and said, these people are crazy. I ain't listening to them. And that was the end of it. Well, last year, guys, I was looking at headers and exhaust kit for my Camaro. And it was like $900. I think it was on Texas Speed. I think that's where I found it, Texas Speed. Well, I wasn't ready yet. So I was like, you know what? I might do that this year, because I hear a lot of good things about it. The exhaust kit and how the tips and everything, how it all looks and fits great. And I was like, you know what? I think I'll try one. The kit's like $900. Well, I go on Texas Speed and you can't find the kit no more. You got to buy everything separate, and it's got a little posting may violate EPA's rules or whatever. So what they're going to do, guys, eventually, because I've heard rumors out in California they're going to ban people's hot rods. We'll see how that goes. But, but we've been so neutered, every time they say something, we try to find a way around it, and instead of demanding, government's not supposed to tell you what to do. We're supposed to tell them what to do, but you notice it's reversed on us. And eventually, guys, what's going to happen is they're going to go to these builders like Elderbrock, Holley, Texas Speed, whoever builds car parts, aftermarket car parts. Eventually, what they're going to do like they did the gun manufacturers. They're going to constantly sue them until they go out of business or go away. That's how they get people, guys, because there's no laws saying that we can't modify our exhaust. They created the stuff out of thin air. And so what they do is, because they're the government and they're so mighty and powerful, they take and they keep suing people and suing people and suing people. Eventually, when your lawsuits get above your profits, you got to close shop. And that's what they want. And that's what's going to happen. Anybody out there that's building something, or they're thinking about buying, like I got an F-body here, 2001 F-body Camaro. If you're thinking about buying a couple of them, guys, buy the exhaust kits now, because I'm guarantee you here in the future, man, you ain't going to be able to find them unless something significant changes. But right now, they're going to probably come after carburetor builders, fuel injector builders, anybody that does anything with these aftermarket parts. They're going to come after them. I see it coming. And instead of people fighting back and helping these people and educate these people, I hear something. That's why I took a pause. I think my neighbor back here is playing with something. Sound pretty loud too. And he don't have no hot rods, but he's got a nice boat though. It's got a motor in it. But enough about that, guys. So that's pretty much where we're headed, guys. We're headed for a collision course with the corrupt government. Let me give you guys a little secret. Back in 2016, when I closed down my business, I was taking pre-law classes, and the stuff that I found, just taking pre-law class, just to see if I want to get into that world. Guys, the stuff that I found, we lost so much of our freedoms, and they've taken so much stuff away from us. Like, there's no law saying you got to pay an income tax. There's no law saying you got to have a driver's license, travel on public road, or tags or insurance. There's no law. The EPA can't create stuff. We just let them. And people, the people that grew up and get into government, they don't realize EPA has no power. The IRS has no power. The cops has no power when it comes to driver's license. But we just go along and get along. But we're the ones getting screwed. Pardon what I just said there, but we're the ones that's getting run over. And we're the ones paying all this stuff. And then they're borrowing from a bank, borrowing money from a bank and giving you and me the bill. How would you like if I went and got a loan and everybody watching this video, I put y'all on the hook for it? You wouldn't like that. That's what our government's doing. Our founding fathers said, don't let a central bank issue people currency and credit or you become a slave around it. Are we not becoming a slave around it? They create boom and bust. You say, what's boom and bust? They create the great economies and they bust the great economies. So they come in with their people and buy up everything cheap, boom the economy, sell it all expensive, and then crash the economy and do it all over again. So that's my little rant today, guys. They're coming for our cars, hot rods, street cruisers, whatever. They're coming for all of it, guys. It's just a matter of time. And I would say everybody needs to go on a letter writing campaign, but the guy that's in the White House don't even know what planet he's on. And Trump's probably going to go to jail. So we're going to be stuck here in the future. Unless the man upstairs decides to say, nah, we're not going that route, we're going this route. So that's my little rant, guys. I see this thing coming. Like I said, with Richard Rawlings, and then what I saw from them, and then I heard somebody else, the Diesel brothers. I don't know if you guys ever watched them. They're out in Utah. They built diesel trucks, and they were giving them away and stuff. And one day they took an exhaust and deleted something off a truck, and they got a $700,000 fine. Where did that number come from? It's all a gimmick, guys. They just create stuff out thin air, and then poor me, poor us. What we gonna do? Oh, we got to give in to them. Not me, man. I don't give in to them. I don't give in to them. So, but we're gonna see what happens here probably in the next 6 to 8 months, guys. I believe we ain't seen the worst of the worst yet. And I'm not what they call a Debbie Downer. I'm not, guys, but I'm just telling you reality. If I saw a line of traffic up the street and there's a bridge out down there and everybody was coming this way, I'm flagging people and telling them, hey, the bridge is out, the bridge is out, the bridge is out. That's all I'm doing is giving you a warning. You do whatever you want to do. It's your life. You want to keep playing the government game, and you're the one going to pay for it. So that's why I stay away from the government as much as I can, guys. Because what these cops and everybody been told, and I don't blame the cops, it's what they've been told. Oh, you got to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to, and they go out and enforce it. And then, when something happens, then we all look bad. But they try to blame it on the cops. Well, the cops are not allowed to pull you over unless you committed a crime. And driving infractions are not a crime. They're not a crime, guys. Read your Constitution. your Bill of Rights, and your Declaration of Independence. Read it. It's a very small book. I got one. You could probably read the whole thing on a toilet break. I hate to be blunt about it, but you could probably take a toilet break and read the whole thing. That's how small it is. Because our founding fathers wanted everybody to know in writing what everything is. That way, it's not 5,000 pages thick when they create these fake laws. Whatever the Constitution says, guys, goes. Whatever it says, read it. Whatever it says, goes. And I don't care what law they add on after that. Matter of fact, you follow the 10 Commandments, you don't need no laws. You don't need nothing. Do unto others you want done unto you. If you live your life like that, that's the way I live my life. I don't mess with my neighbor's wife. I don't want to mess with my wife. I don't mess with my neighbor's cars. I don't want to mess with my cars. I do unto others. I want done on him. I treat him with respect. I'm nice to him. You know, even though when he, you know, he gets a little moody or whatever, I just give him his space, man. Just walk away. I don't get out there and argue with him or trying to find an argument with you or any of them. And no, I don't have no issues with my neighbors. I'm just saying, heck, the guy down the street you never met is your neighbor, because we're all in this planet. We're all neighbors one way or another, you know. So, well, guys, that's my rant about the EPA. They're coming for our cars. Another thing, too, I saw, I don't know if she's the president, CEO, whatever she was, a GM, and I heard her saying, you know, we need to get rid of these cars so we can do our carbon footprint, be carbon neutral. It's all a scam, guys. It's all a scam. You know, we're all carbon neutral. That's what we got the trees and the forests for. They take care of carbon and they turn it into oxygen. But people just like, oh no, it ain't like that, it ain't like, and they never looked into nothing. Whenever somebody says something to me, guys, and it sparks an interest, I'll look into it. But if it don't spark an interest, it's nothing to me. It's like everything I'm telling you here. Now, granted, Google's taking a lot of it now, and YouTube's taking a lot of it down, but there's still stuff out there you can find, guys. There's still stuff out there you can find. I know I still found it. So, if it means anything to you, look into it. If not, you know, then just keep dealing with the consequences that they give you. So, well, guys, I hope you guys have a great week this week. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, like I said, but I'm firing a warning shot out there. No, I'm not. I don't have a gun. I'm not firing no guns. I'm just shooting a warning shot. Hey, the bridge is out. Let me tell you what we can do to fix it. But if you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. Just keep dealing with what you're dealing with. You know, because they're going to wipe you out. They're going to take everything away from you. And the only person you got to blame is yourself. So that's why here, as soon as we see what happens with our government here, if we got a future here in the next few months and we get a different president, somebody we can trust, I'm going to start a letter writing campaign. I'm going to write a letter every week, send it to the president of the United States. Eventually, they're going to hear me. And how you do that, you just make a copy of your original letter, and then you just keep stuffing it in them and make sure they can read it. Stuff it in an envelope every once a week. Here you go, here you go, here you go. So they're constantly getting bombarded with this stuff. The EPA needs to go. The IRS needs to go. The private Federal Reserve needs to go. The driver's license needs to go. So insurance, guys, that's on you. If you want it, great. If not, if you get in a car wreck, like it's one of the most sayings, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I have insurance, even though I'm paying a fortune for insurance right now. I'm making a nice car payment on insurance. Because everybody's losing their insurance. Insurance is going up, and guess who's footing the bill for it? Right here. So, well, guys, like this video, share this video, comment down below. Share it to your social media if you don't mind. And I just hope something gives here soon in a good way, guys. I just hope something gives here soon in a good way. But, you know, too many people are just brainwashed and don't know their law. And then every time the law runs over them, it is what it is. British Association Registry, that's what the bar stands for. So, oh no, it's American Bar. American British Association Registry. The lawyers are acting as foreign agents. They're registered as foreign agents. Under our Constitution, if you're not registered, I think if you don't register as a foreign agent, you're committing treason. Therefore, you lose your right to be an American citizen. Look it up. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, Well, guys, until the next time, y'all hang in there for the next video, and hopefully there won't be no more of these videos. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye.